Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nasty Addiction Garage. We are here. We're actually gonna put this motor together today. As far as trying to finish it up, put all the right bolts in the right places, torque things up, and try to make it presentable. I want this motor to be ready when my other car is ready, so the other MR2. And I'm just dying to put this thing in. I think I've expressed this a million times, and it hasn't changed. I want to put this motor in my car already. So let's get to it. Wasting no time. We're just going to send it and get it done. So let's get this going. Kind of want to give you guys a kind of walk around to where we're at with this so far. So I'm actually going to put a oil relocation or relocator, filter relocator, however it's called. You know what I mean. Moving the oil filter somewhere else because where the exhaust is going to sit, eventually we'll burn the heck out of the actual oil filter. So we're going to move it away from there. We're going to put that little sandwich plate and do all that stuff. Kind of just a little quick walk around. What's up? Where was the last time we left off? So we're going to install all these cool little things like the pipe that comes out from here. We're going to actually install the sensor. We're going to do a lot of stuff today. So let's try to get this done. But this is kind of where we're at. So let's send it. So I kind of have it all kind of set up to where I know where things go. Part numbers that go with correlating part numbers, gaskets, just like that. These are basically for the timing belt cover. All of them are all right here. All those are the ones you need for all this and here. So I got those. I think I have these somewhere. I still have like bags of stuff. Oh, and while I'm on here, got this here. For those of you that are missing or that little plastic piece inside the door handle snaps off, these are it. These are the part numbers for that little plastic. It's usually this color, right? It's like, I don't know if you could tell, the camera's not picking it up, like a yellow-orange color. That's this, and then that's the left-hand side, and then the right-hand side is a white kind of like, where is it? Yeah, it's hard to tell. A little white clip instead. In case you need those, guys, anybody, these are the part numbers right here and right here. Let's put those to the side. I got the fuel filter kind of things that go right here, like the little spacers that sit. Got those. Got the remaining bolts for the intake manifold. Again, these are, here goes all the part numbers real quick. There goes that. Couldn't tell you exactly where they go right now, just because I have this here, so then I'll be able to do it that way. And lastly, these are the alternator bolts that go right here. So that bolt that goes here, and the same one that goes there. So let's get to this. This is kind of how my setup is right now. Got the BGB up on my computer. So let's get this thing going. So what I think I'm going to do right now is actually start with the, let's see. Probably the distributor. We'll start with distributor now and try to get these bolts in and adjusted fairly well. I already adjusted the timing portion of this, or like the angle it's supposed to be at. So where it's at right now is where it should be. So I'm just gonna pull these out, these bolts here with the washer, and put these bolts in. I'm gonna see what the torque specs are right now and torque it to spec. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna recheck these heads. I already checked this side. I was gonna recheck the valve covers. This side's already done. I'm just gonna recheck this here. These are supposed to be at 52 inch-pounds. So I wanna make sure that that's where they're at. Cool. So these are done, and we're going to actually now move on to probably, let's see, what can we move on to next? Probably installing the alternator and stuff like that. So let's get it. Alternator bracket, the lower coolant hose, thermostat housing. What else have I done? Actually bolted up everything that I needed to up here on the lower portion of the intake manifold. I've installed the fuel injector kind of spacers right here. I got another set that goes right here, which I have up here, and I'm going to install those next. Now since I've already installed the spacers, what I'm going to do is actually going to install the fuel rails without the fuel injectors. Since I'm missing the little grommet that goes on the bottom of the fuel injector that goes here, basically on all of them rather, I'm not going to install them just yet.
Let me show you. I need one more chance. Oh, baby, all I need. I need one more chance. Oh, baby, let me show you. I need one more chance. Oh. All I need.
here we have it, guys. So far this is kind of where we're at. I did a little bit of work off camera. All I did was add these pigtails to the Audi COPs. But this is kind of what we did. We've installed already the dipstick holder, I would guess you would call it, alternator bracket. Try to get all new hardware. Some of this hardware was not available anymore. The adjuster bolt was still available. I added the Toyota thermostat. Earlier in the video, you can see that I removed the old thermostat I had in there and replaced it with a Toyota thermostat. Got the thermostat housing on there, all new hardware around the housing. We have the pipe, the outlet pipe, or I guess it would be an outlet. I got all the new bolts for the cam cover, but I'm trying to find a decent looking cam cover so then I can put on here and then get it carbon fiber skin. So then I think it would look really nice with this setup. So waiting on some bolts for this plastic piece down here. So that's kind of why I'm stopping at the moment, just because I ran out of my bolts. I thought I had all the bolts that I needed and I didn't. So I'm missing bolts for this thing down here. Also, let's see what else we installed. So we installed the upper radiator coolant hose thing. Installed the fuel rails without the fuel injectors because I'm missing the piece that goes to the bottom, that actually, the little rubber piece that actually lets them stay stuck in there, or actually, you know, fit snug in there. Missing a couple bolts here, actually the studs. If I can't find the stud, I'm gonna have to get bolts and I'll have to bolt it in. Shouldn't really be any different, but whatever. That's the least of my worries. I'm not gonna be using this intake manifold for very long. Even if I don't even think it's gonna make it onto the car while the car's running, just because I have a surprise coming for this section. Also, this is the block off plate for this end. This is gonna be again not used, but I just wanted to mount it just so I can have everything together. So this is kind of how it looks, guys. It's looking really, really good. It's looking almost complete. Next would be the oil filter relocation device sandwich thing that goes here. I'm gonna put that on here, and then I'll run AN fittings and stuff like that to another spot on the car to help get that oil filter out of the way. I just had some bad issues before with the headers, because the headers do go down, and it was kind of almost interrupting the oil filter itself. Like, it was closer than what I really wanted it to be. So at that point, what I'm going to try to do is put that sandwich plate here, and then from the sandwich plate I am going to run some AN fittings, either like down to the side. I don't know exactly where I'm going to run them to. It's going to run to another piece that's going to actually hold the actual oil filter, so it could be easier for me to change. But other than that, I mean, it should be good enough to be out of the way. But this is kind of where we're at, man. This is it, guys. So getting closer. I love the way it's looking. It's looking phenomenal, in my opinion. So, well, guys, this is actually going to conclude today's episode. It was a little short episode today, just so that I can get the ball rolling on putting this thing back together again. We got a lot done. We got a ton of things done, and it's starting to look like a motor now. So I'm super happy on it. Still missing a couple things. The reason why I'm stopping now is because I'm missing a couple other bolts. I thought I had all of them, but I don't. So unfortunately, with that said, I'm going to have to order them after this episode. Hopefully they come in within the next couple of days, and then I can continue the making of this, like a kind of like a part 2 of this motor assembly type of thing. So at this point, that's kind of what I'm waiting for. There's still a couple of things that I got to do. Like, I got to do the oil filter relocator and all that type of stuff. So that's not gonna happen probably till it gets closer to installing it into the MR2. But as of right now, guys, this is Nasty Addiction. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all my viewers. I appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you again. And remember, let's make this thing big. This project's getting good. This project is getting good, and I can't wait till it's finished. So again, thank you guys. Peace.
Thank you. All I need.